morning on the flight deck and first officer here. Currently cruising at 18,000 feet out over the Irish Sea with a speed across the ground of just over 250 knots.
For a Six Nations, I've always felt to win a Six Nations you need to be lucky with injuries in particular, and we've been very lucky. The type of injuries we've sustained have been a lot milder than they could have been. But when you look at Ireland, there are certain people you need around the team all the time, and if you're playing one of the top sides in the world and you lose them, it is a disadvantage. When Brian pulled his hamstring in Cardiff, we were lucky and we were unlucky. We're lucky it was a grade 1 injury, which is down to all the work the medical team do. We were unlucky as he was going to miss the French match.
There's a sameness and a repetitiveness about international rugby now. So when you throw in a new venue, like Croke Park, increased capacity, with all the history attached to the venue, the whole debate within the GA about whether they were going to open their doors or not, and then the generosity of their decision to do so, it was just extraordinary.
I suppose a lot of guys in the team probably grew up playing GA, and myself included, and you would always have the dream as playing, when I was playing hurling, of playing in Croke Park, and you would never have thought it would have been in playing rugby.
Well, I knew I've done my hamstring, both hamstrings, so many times that I think you know the different grades as you do it. You know, there's different elements of gunshot wound, and you feel as though a sniper's taking you out, and sometimes just you feel a little pop, and that's what it was against Wales. So I knew it would be touch and go for the French game, but alas, it wasn't to be.
You know, it's a game nobody wanted to miss, and even beyond the 30 guys that trained for the Six Nations, you know, there's maybe 10, 20 more that would give anything to be there and to be involved. And you know, when you get so close like Drico and Strings did, and then to have it taken away, I think it was a horrible feeling for them.
So we're following the ball pass inside trailer. If we spread out, we'll spread them out. If we stay tight, they'll stay tight. So we don't want that, okay? If we go wide off the first strike, yeah, it's a little trickier. But having said that, if you have two forwards there on the split, and you can go out the back door to those two forwards, to the same guy who's now coming round there. And that's the shape you want. And any other questions are? You good to go? Yes.
I suppose in this day and age, with the amount of analysis we do on opposition and the amount of extra training that guys do, you know, you'll find that the time does take away.
3, 2, 1, go!
But it's important to have that downtime as well.
More, will we get penalised?
I don't think so.
Banned.
Responding to it.
15 is divisible by 3 and 4. It's 13.
How much time have we left? How much time, I said?
2 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good.
Okay, so this leads to a tie break.
Who rode Argo to win the Gold Cup 3 times?
Tav.
Winner!
Can we fucking raise it again? Yes, we can. Leave them in no doubt from the first whistle, lads.
It's going to be fucking a non-stop 80-minute fucking performance, lads. 80 minutes of fucking aggression. Get yourself there now. Get yourself there mentally over the warm-up, over the next half an hour.
The French have travelled in numbers despite it being a Sunday game, and they were here from the very early hours this morning.
If someone's walking, if someone isn't filling the gap, you get on his case, you say it to him. If I'm fucking walking, I want to hear it. Listen to me now, listen to me. I want them standing back thinking what the fuck is going on here. Not for the first 5 minutes, every fucking minute of the game. Fucking manic aggression. Did you scare anyone? Did you fucking put the fear of God into anyone?
All right, on your feet. We're on the running.
Boys, back up your fucking chest.
Heads up and chest out. Heads up and fucking chest out here.
Put it in, lads.
Throw down the marker early. Let them know what's going on. It's our fucking backyard. It's our fucking turf. First thing go.
Together, guys, together. Everything together. Together. Fucking work your ass off for each other. Work your ass off for each other.
We're off and running at Croke Park. The Six Nations visits the home of the GAA.
The French came out and played probably their best rugby of the tournament in that first 20 or 30 minutes. It looked like Ireland were the ones that were playing with all the pressure on their shoulders.
On its way, good kick. France lead at Croke Park.
It's easy to use Croke Park as an excuse. I think it's not an excuse. It's definitely a factor. You know, I remember. I know myself. I was anxious starting the game because there was so much not expected, but the fear of losing was more poignant that day than anything else.
Stade Francais at half kicks the goal as you would expect him to do, and it's been all France.
Ireland had made a very reactive start, whereas a proactive start had been made by France. They were the ones making things happen.
22 on France come. Here's Josillon, Vincent Clerc, Ibanez out on the wing, and Ibanez has got through. Ibanez!
Jordan Murphy will not be his favourite video moment of the season, it's got to be said.
I think after the way we defended against Wales as well, there was a small bit of disbelief that someone had actually breached their defence.
You know, you look at that score there, that's unacceptable for the level we're playing at. It's so soft and it's bloody annoying, and that's terrible. It's unacceptable at this level. You look at it there's no pace in their French attack. They're going across the pitch. Everyone is covered, and then just, a bad miss. You can't afford that at this level.
I tell you, we're not even a quarter way into this game, and we've got a mountain to climb. France are simply on fire at the moment.
And at that point, I think there was a real fear around the ground that France were actually going to turn up and do a bit of a number on Ireland, and it was going to be one of the big anticlimaxes.
It's a tough try to give up so early in the game. We did sort it out. It was fixable, and we did fix it.
To the French 22, a rarity for Ireland. France's defence continues to make the tackles. O'Gara thought about the drop at goal, now goes back from the short side, and maybe Hickey has created something. Horgan for Wallace, pass with David Wallace on the back, and it's O'Gara! And they've created something!
And suddenly Croke Park was alive. There was a thunderous roar. It was as much a relief, I think, of anything else, as well as joy, that Ireland now had turned up to play.
You know, to score a try in Croke Park is at the time it didn't mean much to me, but now as time goes on, it's a great feeling.
What a moment for Ronan. First game in Croke Park, first Irish try. I envy him that feeling, in Croker of all places.
That's a new feeling for all of us playing in Croke Park, and we were all excited about it, you know. I think people sometimes think because you're playing in the Irish team that I'm exactly the same as you going out playing there and you putting on a green jersey and playing in front of that many people. It gives you a huge thrill, and if you don't get a thrill out of that, you shouldn't be out there, you know.
We scored at a time we really needed to. It gave us a bit of confidence then because we didn't come too far from half time, and I think it certainly contributed to the fact that we picked the game up in the second half.
The fact that we picked ourselves up and got back into it, I think, was key for us. It's understandable why the whistle went, but unfortunate at the same time.
Sorry boys, I blew my whistle before he picked the ball up.
It was one of the things that we spoke about, that we really needed to give the crowd something to cheer about, and we hadn't done that for large parts of this game, and they were dying to get into the game.
Ireland lead at Croke Park. Don't know how, but those that are here don't care.
Once Ireland started getting physical, then things were on.
Light up a few rucks and hit a few tackles.
Nally used and put to ground again. Neil Best, you can see the ferocity of the effort from Neil Best. Ireland see it, do Ireland have it? That's a terrific effort from Neil Best.
Certainly in the second half where we thought we were in control and maybe twisting the screw.
Marcus Horan on his shoulder. Horan's going to try and do it all on his own. The drop forward. 5 metres short. Was he held back? The referee said no. The advantage.
We knew if we kept the ball tight and ran the clock down, the prevention of problem.
France don't need a try. A penalty will do it.
And the best way of that, with our packers are rolling maul.
That unit skill to maul so effectively at the end of a match in which we've been blown out of it in the first 20-25 minutes.
And into the French half.
Really, really energy sapping. The toll that went into this can only be imagined. Coming 76, 77 minutes into the match to maul the French back.
And they've got their reward. They've got the penalty. Awesome.
The kind of seismic roar that was building up from the crowd, it seemed like the winning drive of the match. It deserved to be.
On its way. You know the answer. Ireland lead it by 4.
It went over, and I think, that's penalty now. We should be all right here.
I remember watching it from the sideline thinking, I really couldn't see us conceding a game.
The thought does creep into your mind. God, lads, I think we have this.
A couple of minutes on the clock, 4-point spread. And it's just about getting the football in our hands.
And if there's any team capable of creating something in a tight space at a moment like this, it is this particular group of players. And David Murphy is it to prove the point.
You've got to close it out. That is being ultra professional, and we didn't.
Puts the head down into the final 2 minutes. Mignoni there. France will throw everything at Ireland. The defensive line cannot hold up, and somehow Cork is going to find the try.
Help, I have done it again. I have been here many times before. Hurt myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one else to blame. Be my friend. Hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small.
Bounce back from this one. What I feel like at the moment. The several organs. We bounce back with this. Body's right. Stroke is still there for us.
We can all blame everybody. We can blame the bounce of a ball. We've got to look at ourselves for this. It was our fault. We've got to look within ourselves as to why we conceded the Grand Slam, and that's what we did. And full credit to Clark and to France for the manner in which they dug it out.
think especially the more experienced fellas in the team would realise that you've blown a big chance. You know, people talk about a bounce of the ball, but that's not the reason. We didn't play for the full 80, and that's a lesson we have to take in now going forward.
Motivation was never a problem with this team. And sometimes I feel it's easier to motivate them after a loss or a bad performance because they're angry with themselves. It's just about channeling that anger in the right direction. Coming off the loss to France, there was a bit of anger and a bit of aggression and had to be channeled the right way, but it wasn't going to be difficult because we were playing England. And this was the biggest game of the season. Certainly losing the game against England wasn't an option.